What's up everyone, Sam from 64 Wheels back more diecast, and it is Throwback Thursday once again. So we have a lineup of 2,000 Matchbox Mainlines, all trucks, vans, different kind of service vehicles to unbox. I'm really excited about it because some of these are really cool. So we'll just kind of go over them and then open them up and take a look at them. So the first one, like I said, these are all from the year 2000 when they had 100 vehicles in the main lines, and I believe they had some recolors too, but this one is cool, the Chevy Transport Bus. So this is the Metro Motel Shuttle version. They've released this in quite a few different paint jobs. This is a very plain looking tan with the blue graphics, but it is cool because if you have any type of action driver set or any kind of older Matchbox playset, this goes great with it, especially if you have like a bus stop, an airport, anywhere to drop people off. These are so nice to have. So anytime I see like a different paint job on these that I don't have, I try to pick them up just for those like casting variations. So big fan of that one. We'll go open up that one. All right, the highway maintenance truck. This one we've opened before. This has basically been in Matchbox lineup since 1990. We just unboxed one of these. I think it was in like a 5-pack or something not that long ago. They've changed a few things since this release. This one still does have the Chevy logo on the front. I don't know if this is one of the versions where the plow actually comes off, but that is a variation or an earlier version of this truck. But I really like this paint job in a very bright yellow, just awesome truck. And I like that it has a green light up top. It just looks great. Again, for $1, these were $1. Like back in the day, this is such a good deal for $1. So I got a lot of these off a diecast like Facebook page like group. I paid anywhere from like $4 to $10 each for these. Now I know that sounds like a lot, especially because like just even a few years ago you could get these for around $1 at the toy shows. But these older Matchboxes have started to appreciate, and people really like them for the realism in the casting choices and stuff, because some of these Matchbox castings you can't get anywhere else. So they've kind of gone up a little bit in price. They're still relatively affordable. If you want to collect them, you can still find them rather cheap at like any kind of flea market. I feel like these haven't like hit that like collector spot when you go to like the flea market and stuff yet, but there are some cool castings like this first edition delivery truck. So this is based on, I believe it is an Isuzu cab, but it's like a fantasy version of it. You can even see like the little logo is there on the front, but they don't say it. It's like not branded, just branded as delivery truck, and it has this awesome like farm graphic, like cock-a-doodle-doo graphic on it, which is kind of cool. So we'll take a look at that one because I think it has moving parts. Yes, it does. The box opens up, very cool, and I want to say you can actually take the box off if I remember, because I swear my brother had this one when we were little. But that'll be a fun one to open. And the next one, which is actually a variation of the same cab, another first edition, the Matchbox Classic Car Carrier. Again, remember, these are $1 cars back in the day. Really nice looking truck. And this one does have a moving part as well. You can actually pull that trailer out there. You can see it's kind of tilted there because it doesn't fit in the package, but that's a genius part of Matchbox just packaging back then. Instead of having this stick out and like make a bubble, like a bigger bubble than it needed to be, and it wouldn't fit in there, they actually made it like tilt. They put a little bit of like bend. You can see the it's kind of hard to see through the plastic, but a little bit thinner pieces so you could actually bend it up and fit it in the package. Genius on behalf of Matchbox. And lastly, we have the cattle truck. This is a Dodge casting. This was around probably in the early to mid 70s. This casting was around for a very long time. I think they have kind of like sunset this casting since then, but it is super cool. I have one of the originals or a couple variations of the originals from the 70s. Awesome truck. I love that it comes with the actual cattle in the back, and you can see a rare form, a rubber band. This actually came rubber banded so the cattle didn't go everywhere. As you can see, 20 years, this kind of broke off, and it's like kind of all over the packaging. So we're gonna open this up and see if it rips any paint off or not. But this is a really cool one. I'm very excited about this one. So we'll go ahead and bust them open in order, take a look at them, and then you guys can give me your thoughts in the comments afterwards. So here it is, the Chevy Transport Bus. Again, I like this one. Ooh, look at that card, how yellow it is. I like anything that's actually branded. Like this is a Chevy, so it's nice to have that like licensed casting in this, because you can get a whole fleet of these for your airport playset, diorama, or whatever. So this is a huge chunk of metal. This whole body is metal, and it has a fairly good weight to it. Like it is quite heavy. It's got a plastic grill. Now there's not a lot of detail on it. It's very plain. It's kind of similar to the Matchbox of the era. They didn't do a ton of tampo work on the grills or the back. It was basically, you got a nice standard vehicle with tampos on the side so you know what it is. Like whether it's a company, something like this, a farm, ODOT, or whatever. It's pretty cool. So I like these two because they have a little bit of that suspension, those classic Matchbox, like 5-star wheels. And it's crazy to think that this is 25 years old. Like they could release this tomorrow in a 5-pack and I would be just as happy with it today as I was back in 2000. So kind of check out the base there. Oh, does that have a moving part? I don't know. Kind of looks like it might. I don't, no, it's just an interior piece because this is blocked off. But let's look at the bottom again. I'm sorry. So 1998 Mattel, 1/80th scale. So it is a bit on the small side, but it doesn't matter. Again, this is a, you know, it's not like a Green Light or a Johnny Lightning or anything like that. That is scaled exactly 1/64. It's just a nice version of this that you can like play with and still affordably buy in bulk and have a good amount of these for your little city. Love these. I love this suspension cars. So awesome first start. All right, the highway maintenance truck. Now I know we've opened this before, but this one I don't remember if we opened this version of it with the Chevy logo on it. I want to say we did during a different throwback, probably a different color. But this one is cool. It has the even older Matchbox, like I don't know what those are, 8-spoke wheels. I like those. Those were on a lot of stuff when I was super, super little. And then it kind of like, when I remember the cars really, that's what it was on. But this is a really nice casting. It looks like it has some fogging over the lights there. Or the window. I don't know what that's about. So this actually articulates, which is nice. And you can actually pull it off. I'm not gonna because this plastic is 25 years old, but you can actually pop this off if you want, which is super cool because then you get the articulation, the moving part of the snow plow or even whatever you want to plow with it. And then you can pop it off and use it just as like a utility truck or like a dump truck. So there you can see the salt spreader on the back. Very cool. I want to say this opened at some point, but I can't remember because there is a little bit of a tab there keeping it. I want to say a version of this, I popped it back before, but it's a little bit difficult and it doesn't look like they want you to do that as far as I can tell because it's a very thick metal overhang. They really don't want that to pop off. So design wise, I love this truck. It's very classic. They did a great job. This is what like Matchbox does best, like utilitarian trucks. No riders, dot 103, gross vehicle weight 6,500 pounds. I love that graphic. Very, I don't know, it's so cool. I love this era of Matchbox. The bright colors, what they did with the cars, because they still they added some I don't want to say fantasy, but they added some coolness with the green light and the neon green truck or yellow, but it still looks realistic. So I love that there's basically like a double moving part on this as well. Just a great, great casting. So these, again, if you're into collecting castings and you want to start your collection with some kind of unique, cooler stuff, start picking up some of these older Matchbox that are 20, 25 years old. They really have held up well. They look good. Some of them are still being produced. And they're just a really nice display piece. And the fact that it has moving parts, just a great overall casting. So very, very pleased with that one. So, all right, next up, the delivery truck. So this was the first edition of this. They made this truck up until about 2006, if I think I did my research right. And then after that, it kind of disappeared, probably because it was a expensive casting to make because it has this whole huge plastic part on the back. And then it does have a moving part with these doors, which I love. Anytime you get a moving part on a mainline is just an added plus. So this looks pretty realistic. I think if you knew the truck, the Isuzu or Mitsubishi or whatever it is, if you know it's supposed to be that, it definitely looks like that. So I think this does a good job of putting that message through without actually being licensed. Would we like it to be licensed? Yes, but I understand everything can't be licensed. So I like the little texture going along the window. It adds a little bit to that because I don't know how detailed the interior is. Can't really see it, but the interior looks like it's a piece of the glass, but it's really hard to tell. So I like the detail on it. Very nice cab. This has those Matchbox, those older Matchbox wheels too. Metal base, metal cab. So this kind of metal on metal. 1999. This is a 1/90th scale. What was this one? I can't remember. 1/83rd scale. So this is even bigger. They're smaller. 1/90th scale. Delivery truck. Really nicely put together. It's got a little bit of a bend there. Okay, so I believe you can pop this off because it just has these little tabs. Yeah, like that. So you can actually pop this box off and then run it. Oh, that's so cool. They painted underneath of it. That looks awesome without the box on there too. Just as a boxless truck, that looks really cool. It would be awesome to have a whole fleet of these and put them on a big semi-hauler like that you see going down the freeway. And then it just snaps on back into place. But you do have to be careful because these are like, what, 20 years old, 25 years old. So we'll kind of try to be careful with it. We'll actually try to slide it on. See if that will work. There it goes. Love that. Double moving part. The doors move. The box moves. So again, if you can pick this up for your collection for a couple dollars, that's not a bad buy. And it displays awesome. And if you're into customizing this, I mean, you could do whatever you wanted to this box design-wise. It would look, I mean, you could go crazy with it. So, all right. The Matchbox Classic Car Carrier First Edition. So, #1, show cars. This is based on the same chassis as that little delivery truck there, which is cool. I like that they do both of them. So I think this is do they have the scale on this one? They do not. So let's go ahead and compare the chassis. Definitely the same truck. Oh no, they do have the scale. There it is. I didn't see it because it's printed on there. This one, it's in the actual mold. So there you can see it is the same chassis, it looks like. Very close. It even has the same tabs to keep the bed on, which means you can switch them from truck to truck. How cool is that? Very nice. Okay, let's check this one out. This one has a light bar, so this is an actual different casting. It looks like to be everything the same. It's cool because on the front of this one, they actually painted like the bottom of the chassis. They painted it black on the front, so you get a little bit of grille detail, where this one is silver. And they also painted the headlights on this one, which gives it a little bit more of a pop than the other one. HB Show Cars. So that's pretty cool. So let's check this ramp out. There is that bend I was talking about with the thin pieces of plastic there. So I assume we just kind of pull it out, right? Like this. Look at that. That is pretty cool. So it's a little like jacked up because it's been in the package for 25 years. So the plastic is a little bit funny, but I think we could probably, let's see if we can put this on here. Yeah, I mean, it'll still hold. That looks great. That's such a unique design for that. I really like that, how they did that. It definitely feels cheap and wobbly, but it's remember, this is $1. This was $1 at the store. You got a moving part, and check this out. We can take this off, check out that yellow bed, and we can switch them. So you could technically make this red truck the tow truck and switch the boxes on them. Let's see if we can do it. Let's take a look. All right, this actually matches pretty good with the yellow, but then it has like the light bar, so it kind of looks funny with that. But that one even looks cool with the bed off. So let's go ahead and put the bed on this one. Again, this is cool. If you have these trucks and you're able to switch these parts, the play factor to these are crazy cool. Okay, so I think I did that right? It's not on there all the way, but I didn't snap it on there all the way because I don't want to break the tab. But you can definitely do it. It fits exactly like there it is on this side. So you can turn your box truck into a flatbed tow truck. Very cool. Big fan of that. I wish Matchbox had stuff like this now. Like if this was in the mainline, think of how well this would sell. I know I would buy a ton of them. They would just be super popular, in my opinion. I just wish we got more stuff like this. So let me try to, okay, I think I got it back on. All right, there it goes. Not too bad. Okay, let's put the box. I think this one is easier to put back on, in my opinion. You can see this little tab right here goes in the center of the box too. So you kind of got to like push it on. Whoop. Come on. Here it goes. Not too shabby. Beep, beep. Okay, last but definitely not least, the cattle truck. I love this casting. This is an old Dodge truck. I love old Dodge products. You just see them all the time. Like I love watching Chips, Dukes of Hazzard, and in the background seeing like all the old delivery vehicles and stuff. And you see Dodges like this because you don't see these anymore, like anywhere. So cool thing is they come with the cattle. Look at that little plastic cattle. They're actually nicely detailed as well, especially for coming for free, basically. So you get 2 of them. The bed is a little bit squished in, and I think that is due to age. I don't think that was due to the original design, just how it is, but it looks like fake wood, which is pretty cool. And let's take a look at these rubber bands. Let's see if they can get these off without damaging any more paint. So they do come off, but they did rip a little bit of the paint off. You can kind of see the line right there. I can probably like shine it up with like a wet wipe or something, but there across the chassis you can see this is 1976, 1975 it looks like. Look at that. I'm trying, where is the scale on here? Am I missing it? I don't think I'm missing it. I don't think the scale is on this one. It's kind of hard to see with the light, but I don't think the scale is in this one. But this is such a cool truck. It says Dodge on the front. It's actually in the casting. It's got the black grille. That's part of the chassis. So you get a metal chassis, metal body on this. Great design. I mean, this is a leftover from the super fast era. As you can see there, it has the logo on the chassis. Same with the wheels. These are the older wheels. This is just a great looking truck. So one thing I've noticed is that the windows are a little foggy on these. I'm not sure why. That's the first time I'm really seeing this. I don't know why, because we've opened quite a few throwback cars on here, and I don't know exactly why, because it wasn't getting scratched on the bubble, because it would have done that and hit the bumper first, and the bumper is fine. So not sure why, but I do really like that this still has the tow hitch on it, so you can do a lot of stuff with this truck. Put your cattle in there. You can tow like probably like a hay trailer or something. Oh, sorry. But this thing looks so cool. Man, I love this. I wish Matchbox would put something like this back in the mainline, because this is just an awesome looking truck. Love the blue color on this one. Those old school wheels look absolutely perfect. So now that you've seen all five, we've opened them all. Let me know which one is your favorite in the comments. I am a big fan of these two, the box truck and the car carrier. Really, really cool that you can swap these. I think these, if you can find the pair, is the best bang for your buck, because then you can swap them and kind of get 4 trucks out of the 2. Really cool there. You can't go wrong with the shuttle bus or the older GM with the actual Chevy logo on it, the licensed truck. And this is by far my favorite of the line. I like farm stuff. I have a little bit of a tractor collection in my die-cast collection. I love that there's cattle with this. It's just a vintage. It looks so vintage, but it's not. I mean, it's 25 years old, but in reality, it's like 50 years old. So really cool. I'm a big fan of that. So I really appreciate you guys watching. This is Sam, 64 Wheels. Like and subscribe. As always, I have so many more videos coming up. I'm just trying to knock them out as I go and have time. So I appreciate you watching. Hit that little bing, bing, bing bell so you don't miss the uploads, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.